Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Michelle, and together with my dog Phoenix, we moved into our 2023 TC Teardrop for this summer. And after 70 days straight of living in her, I've got some opinions. And I thought I would share the things I love and the things I hate about teardrop living, as well as the teardrop itself, just in case you guys were in the market for a teardrop or looking at different types of campers or wanting to go digital nomad part-time or full-time. Thought I would share with you the things that I love and the things that I hate. So let's go. It's supposed to be go. Let's go. I was gonna say dive in, let's dive in, and then I changed it to go, so it was like let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm done being an idiot. All right, let's get some ground rules or blanket statements, okay? Just because I need to get this out. As an eternal optimist, I have a really hard time complaining. So this is not me complaining. I absolutely know how blessed I am and have just felt eternally grateful to not only own this beautiful camper, but to have gotten to live in it in gorgeous places for the last 70 days. So this is me not complaining, just sharing some facts. Number two, this is me comparing to my previous experiences. So I am not comparing to full-time art, like RV, like a real RV life. I'm not comparing to anything other than what I've done before, which is either extended car camp, extended tent camp, and there will be one comment made that does have referred to my parents' RV, only because I did use their RV in some of my shakeout runs, like they were with me, so there'll be one comment. But other than that, this is my experience compared to what I know, not what could be out there. Okay, let's go start. We're gonna start from the front and work our way back. So let's go to the tongue box. So let's start with the actual teardrop itself. It's a 4x9 TC teardrops. We did add on the tongue box. I cannot imagine not having this. Not only does it house my 100 amp hour lithium battery emergency shut off, it's also just where I put all the tools, where the awning room goes, where the filters, the hoses, all of that goes in here. I have extra storage when I'm parked. You know, because I have such a tiny space, I leave a lot of stuff in my car. Well, I can just pop it in here too and have it a little bit more accessible than like unlocking and locking my car. So I cannot imagine why you would not get a tongue box added, because just the extra space and storage is a 10 out of 10 need. So basically I love everything about my tongue box. The only thing I hate, since this is a love and hate, I actually did. I left a bottle of ammonia on there. If you didn't watch my Creed episode, I had a 3-day standoff with a marmot. Ammonia worked, but I set the bottle on and I did this to it. So, not happy about that. So, I hate that, but didn't come this way. All right, next we're gonna move on to what I love and what I hate about the awning room. So obviously, this isn't part of the teardrop. This was an add-on, but it is integral to small camper living. And I thought I would share what I love and what I hate about this awning room. Obviously, I love the extra space. I could not do life on the road without this. It is my living room. It is my dining room. It is my lounge. It is my movie room. It is my office, and it currently is acting as my bathroom too. So it is a space that keeps me safe from the elements. It keeps me protected, and honestly, it is really fun to be able to just be outside all the time but still have shade and protection. So that is what I love about it. I'm going to say it has held up well. So I love that it has held up through a lot. It has held up through really heavy rains. It has held up from being blown over the top. It has held up through a lot of wind. But that said, it is held up with some challenges. So you will obviously see I have a bump up top and I have extra poles in here. So after my very first rain, this section really stretched and really hung down. So then once you had any rain, you had this constant battle of putting one side down, dumping it. And I was always afraid that if I left for any reason, I was gonna come home to an awning room that was absolutely crapped out, one of those two, from the rain. So I found the hack of putting these tent poles in, and I actually fell in love with the tent poles because it gives you a lot more headspace. Like, you can actually stand up, and I'm 5'4", so before, like, I was hitting my head on the top. You can actually stand up with a lot of room, and it keeps the rain, it just slides off. So I still do have some puddling just because this has stretched so much, but I will say it has held up through a lot. So it has held up with some battle wounds. So overall, I really love it because once it was battle tested a little, I felt really confident with it. But I hate when it rains because I'm just constantly like pushing stuff off of it still. And then this interior part leaks really bad when it rains, so I have to shove towels up in there, and then it still has some problems. So I love this tent. I love the functionality it gives me, and I don't think any outdoor tent wouldn't have the problems that I have with it. So for overall, like, I can highly recommend this tent because it has held up as good as it has through some pretty intense wind and intense rain and misusage and probably mis-setting up sometimes. So overall, absolutely love, with just the caveat of hating that when it does rain, it's a lot of work to just maintain it through like the really heavy monsoons of Colorado. But what else I love about it is because it has this mesh as well. At night, I zip all of these sides up, and Fiends can hang out here, I can hang out here, he can be off leash the whole time. It keeps us protected from the mosquitoes and from the bugs, and when it rains, I can put the flaps down and keep us nice and dry. So I do like that it has the two separate features, and it rolls up real nice and real easy. So I love that it's got the three sides. It just is light and it's airy, and it provides me with a lot of privacy. So I love the setup of it, how this is like this gives me privacy, but this gives me openings. And then show you the inside here. I love how this little flap on the bottom, I've attached it with a suction cup clip, keeps it fully protected, and it also helps keep my plugs dry. Even though I have a plug box, like, a lot of times I don't have the lid on it during the day, so having that keeps it nice and dry. And why do I never remember to turn off my cell phone? There it is. We had a work interlude and we had a deer interlude. I didn't get it on the GoPro, but I got it on my cell phone and I'll put it in here. There's a deer pooping and making weird eye contact with me. It was hilarious. This site has been magical for that. My next video will show you around this site, but, well, one of my next ones. But for now, let's get back to things I love and hate. Galley edition. All right, coming from car camping, tent camping, to this space is magical, and I love it with everything that I am. It's actually really, really functionally laid out, and I think I also did a good job of doing shakeouts and testing it. So like everything being up here has been perfect. My dishes fit great. I have little extra spaces for things. My single burner stove, love this Coleman stove. I'll put the link below. The BTUs on this thing, it heats stuff up so great. I thought I would hate having just 1 pound canisters, but actually this has worked really well. These last me almost a week, and it's just easier to have single ones versus having something larger that then I have to worry about filling, because you can really get those everywhere. Below here I have my Sadio crate that is very messy right now. We got trail mix and rum, popcorn maker, but this organization has really helped. Everything that's on the top is like what I use all the time, and I do tend to try to redo the organization of this, take it out and put it back in like once a week. So that is kind of the challenge of small town living, is you do have to like constantly reorganize yourself. My fridge size is perfect. If you watched any of my shakeouts, you will know I upgraded to a 42 quart set power. This thing has been amazing. It fits perfectly. The only thing I hate about it is I don't have room to put my paper towels here like I used to. So they kind of sit on the top or they go right here, but it's just kind of, I gotta figure something out for that. These are Feeney supplements, that's worked out well. Overall, love this. Something I did learn is to not leave this up a lot. The weight of it actually kind of bows the wood a little, so then you lose some of your seal. I caught it really quick, so I haven't, but I kind of was watching it just shape a little differently, so I don't think I'm gonna have leaking problems. I haven't had any leaking problems, but you definitely don't want to leave this up all the time, which kind of sucks because I much prefer it up, but it is what it is. It also keeps the sun off of this, but overall, love. I love my lights. I got my lights. Love my photos. Love the space. I have the Cidio crate at the bottom as well, which has like my dry goods. I have Feeney's food. I have my Dometic faucet over here, which has all worked out beautifully. And overall, I give this like a 9 out of 10. Here's what I don't like and what I would change. This table is pretty small. Once I start getting things on it, it fills up pretty quickly, and then I end up using my fridge, and so then I end up like having everything out. So I definitely think if I do this long term again, I would bring another table so that I could have like one sitting right on the other side of it and just have more prep room. The bigger TC Teardrops have longer tables, so that's definitely a benefit of going a little bit bigger. This also hasn't worn real well. Obviously I leave it up all the time, so it does not look anything like it did when I first bought it, which is expected. I guess I wish it was maybe a different material or treated differently. I think you can order new ones, so I'll probably order another one, but I like to leave it out all the time because my faucet's here. And when it rains in the sun, yeah, just not wearing the best, but I love this table. I thought I'd never use it, but I love this table. The other thing I don't like is the gap between my fridge and the wall. Now, why this gap is there is because this actually goes there, so it needs the room. And when the table's out, I have like a little container here that like keeps stuff, but all your crumbs, your coffee grounds, your spices, everything just falls down in there. And you have to take the whole fridge out to clean it. So it's kind of gross all the time. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe put like a silicone mat that I can pull out, like cut one that you'd have like for fridge, for like kitchen shelves, and then be able to pull it out. It's probably what I'll do, but that's been something I've learned. It's just gross. It's really gross down there. So this whole thing is gonna have to be like, everything would have to be ganked out. But overall, love the Galley, love all the extra space. I think these are really well laid out. Even for being as small as they are, I feel like I have everything and more than I need room. And then having my Cidio crate under, it's protected from the rain, it's safe, and overall, I love my Galley. All right, we've made it inside the tent, and we are gonna start with my Fenders. High square Fenders. These were an add-on. They're something that I did additionally, and 10 out of 10 recommend square Fenders. As you can see, they hold everything. So they hold my internet during work, and then I also kind of just have my bug spray, my sunblock, my big bottle of lotion, Feeney's dog wipes, ibuprofen, lip gloss. It all like kind of sits there and it's protected. And I cannot imagine, like, where would I put this stuff? Like, without this, if I had, like, the rounded Fender, I would probably have to get one of those, like, Fender tables. So these have been incredibly useful on both sides. Highly recommend. There's nothing that I don't like about these Fenders. I love these Fenders. So come on in to the camper with me, and what I love and don't love. We're gonna start from back to front. So what I love about the length of the interior of this camper is 6 feet 4 inches. I'm 5'4", so I have an entire foot of wiggle room. So I have this big comfy pillow in the back, but what that actually does is it allows me a place to slide my laptops, to put my window coverings, and then it still is kind of open on the side, and I put like my big bulky blankets or not blankets, big bulky like sweatshirts and stuff back there. So it's actually, the length of it has given me extra storage, which I'm really thankful for. I absolutely love having a mattress. So Teardrop living, I think the biggest thing is that you're just cozy. You're having the hard sides and the really cozy mattress, the big comfy pillows, an actual duvet comforter. I literally sleep better in here than I do at home. So yeah, I just, the difference between car camping, tent camping, and this, you are just so comfy. You just feel so safe and protected in it. And that is what I absolutely love about it. I also love all of this storage over here. So if you watch any of my shakeout videos, you will know I struggled a lot at first, and it's very disorganized because this is my last couple of days here and I just haven't done a reset. If you watch any of my shakeout videos, you'll learn that I fell in love with doing these. These have worked beautifully, except for the fact that I ended up staying in someplace a lot colder. So I have a lot more bulky clothes that I have collected, and those are a little hard to fit. So you have a lot of storage to camp in, to stay in, to live in. You definitely do still have to use your car. So I guess that would be something that I like. Like, I wish I had a slightly bigger storage area, which the bigger ones do have more storage. So again, you know, it's because I'm a 4x9, it's different, but overall it's so nice. Like, I know which side things are generally. It's so nice to have, you know, I can kind of cover how disorganized it is right now, and I can get dressed inside, and I'm just really comfortable. So overall, I love the storage. I love, these are holding up really well. Overall, 10 out of 10. How I did it with the little plastic things works really well, so highly recommend that as well. The other thing that I really like is this table has come in such handiness during storms. I've worked here. It's my movie night. If it's an indoor movie night, my iPad goes there. That has worked out really, really well. Holds the coffee, holds the mirror to get ready, so really like that. I love my shelf. So I think why I love this shelf so much is because it kind of makes it feel like home. I have little trinkets from the trip. I have my favorite books. I've got my postcard collection. Kind of just makes it feel more like home versus car camping, where you can't really have any of that set up. You know, this stuff is always there. I have, yeah, it's just, it makes the camper feel like home. I think I've said that like 12 times. I'm really bad at these, but I'm trying, guys. So I love that. I also really like having the vent fan. I wasn't a major fan at first. I thought it didn't really work, and I thought the location on the bottom of the door was really weird. Nope, it works. It works really well, especially if you keep it on during the day in the heat. It really pulls everything out, and it also really helps if you're in a wet area with condensation. It pulls that out at night as well. So highly recommend doing a fan. If you have a dog, I recommend just one side, because his butt does turn it on and off. So I do hate that, because sometimes on really cold nights, his butt's turned it on, and I wake up freezing and I realize the fan's on. And also, if you're like on low battery and your dog turns it on, kind of annoying. So I do recommend one side. Just go figure. Fiends decided to take that side. So overall, I don't really think there's anything that I don't like inside the camper. But on the camper, I hate the locks. All of my locks, other than the tongue box, have broken. So my deadbolts no longer work with a key. Luckily, I can lock the one side. You can manually do it, and we're just gonna have to duct tape to drive home, because that's one thing with these doors. To drive, you have to have them both deadbolted or they will pop open. So I'm gonna have to duct tape one door shut, because I can only lock the handle. My Galley locks have also frozen several times, and I can no longer lock those, but at least I can turn them. Tried WD-40. I'm just gonna replace the locks. These just straight broke, but apparently my dad said it's because he has an RV and he replaced all his. He said these just are crap. But I don't think this one should have broke, because I never use that door. So anyhow, I hate the locks, and I think when you pay as much as you do for a brand new trailer, they shouldn't break in a matter of months. Just gonna put that out there. So overall, love everything about my camper. I love the space, I love the length. This GoPro is forever overheating, y'all. So I don't know where I was probably mid-sentence, but overall, love the interior, love the length. I have little extra spots that I can put things. Overall, really enjoy Teardrop living, and it gave me personally everything that I wanted with safety, comfort, storage, making it feel a little bit like home. The extra, all of the windows are beautiful. I definitely like having window and door on each side because it gives a lot of light. So overall, highly recommend. I'm such an optimistic girl that I totally forgot the thing that has absolutely driven me bonkers this whole time, and it's my voltometer. And my USB plug. If you want to charge your cell phone at night, you get a neon red light blasting you in the eyeballs all night long. And trust me, those are way brighter than you think. Why are they so bright? And honestly, why are they right there? Like, I feel like they could have been tucked down on the side or something, and then you also wouldn't have cords hanging, but those lights are obnoxious. Can't stand them. Definitely need to get covers or replace them with ones that don't light up like that, because I've been covering them or like draping a towel or a t-shirt over them because they are so annoyingly bright. So the last thing I want to cover is why I just love Teardrop Life, and it's the setup. I think the size, the lightness, it just makes it so easy. And for a solo traveler who's brand new to towing and any kind of RV ownership, this has been the perfect intro for me. Set up with literally takes moments, because all you do is unhitch it, put the wheel down, put your stabilizers down, and you're done. The awning room only takes a few minutes to set up, and you don't have to set that up. If you're just going camping, you can literally be ready in 5 minutes, and you have a safe, comfortable little home on wheels where everything's already packed. It just makes getting in the outdoors or doing what I'm doing, partial nomad, so easy. And that's what I love about it. I think teardrops are the perfect intro for part-time digital nomads, for full-time camping, for first-time ownership of any sort of towable. I highly recommend, because I think anyone can do it. Anyone can own one of these. Anyone can maintain one of these. There's very little to fix. And as somebody who can't fix anything, that's highly, highly needed for me. So overall, Teardrop Life has been amazing, and I highly recommend it. I highly recommend TC Teardrops. I think they are incredibly well made. Todd and Carol, the owners, are amazing. I'm not affiliated with them. This is just my honest review of literally living in this thing for 70 days straight, just how much I love it. And if you are interested in Teardrop Life, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Feel free to private message me over on Instagram at _azgirl and her dogs. I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to tell you maybe things I would have done differently, or things I wish I would do differently, or things I'm gonna do differently. I'm actually gonna have a video that's coming out by request in a few videos from now that will talk about kind of my overall thoughts of living on the road and how I have functioned living, working, owning a dog on the road. So if you have questions that you want answered in that, drop them down below. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the things I like and don't like. Obviously, I'm like the world's biggest optimist, so it's really hard for me to say things I don't like, but there are a few things that I definitely will edit or change as I go back out on the road again. But I hope this helped you as you are maybe in your search, or you just enjoyed hanging out with me and seeing more in depth of the Teardrop. I'm not always the best at these talking videos, so thank you for hanging out with me, bearing with me, and taking a peek at my TC Teardrop. Her name is Pepper. I guess I didn't say that, but then I also got made fun of for naming my vehicle in Teardrop in like one of my first videos. But I do, so anywho, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys on the next adventure, wherever the road may take us. Pepper.